in one of my previous videos, I talked about possibly the best parent on Degrassi, and that'd be Audra Torres, Drew's mom, and how she could be evil at first, but she seems to be more understanding later on in the show. I did the best, now I gotta do the worst. Now, a lot of parents should be blamed for their stuff. Like Lucy's parents in Degrassi Junior High and High, basically, they both work so hard that basically Lucy's at home almost all the time by herself, and shenanigans happen. You also could basically, you could have blamed Sean's parents for forcing him to go to Toronto with his brother, but they did it out of love, and the fact that Sean almost went to jail. There are other parents. What about Zoe's mom? Was she the worst, in a sense? Possibly, because her daughter comes up being gay, doesn't get the acting stuff, and basically she can't live off her daughter, so she marries a guy to try to get some of that money back, and basically, you know, she refuses to go to her daughter's valedictorian speech because of being a cash cow, and probably because the Catholic religion hates gay people. But nothing compares to another religious family. A Christian family that basically wanted their daughter to lie for their less than perfect son, even though that, it seemed that there was a lot of favoritism. The worst parents, the Baker parents. Now let me explain how they came in. Season 12 was when the Bakers moved from Florida to Toronto because Luke was part of the Ice Hounds for a hockey team. It's like you recruit people from Florida. Yes, Florida has 2 NHL teams, but I mean, like, seriously? Yeah, but anyway. So anyway, Luke and Becky Baker are brought into Toronto with their parents, a reverend and his wife. The wife, Mrs. Baker, actually is played by a famous Canadian actress by the name of Tara Spencer-Nairn, who's been in a few shows, but most notably, her first major role was in Corner Gas, one of the most popular Canadian shows at that in the 2000s. So anyway, she was the mom. The father, I don't know who he was, but anyway, we don't need to know about that. So anyway, the father was a minister, and basically Becky and Luke were God-fearing conservative Christians, in a sense. Becky was hated on a lot because of her religious views, basically trying to shut down the Romeo and Juliet that had 2 guys instead of 2, a boy and a girl. Because, Becky was raised that love is between a man and a woman and not the same sex, because you'll be in deep, deep shit if you believe that. Now, a lot of Christian families are like that. It's not a one-off. Basically, there are pockets of places in Canada and the United States that have this Christianity that basically you have to obey at all times. I know the 10 Commandments and all that, but there's 2 commandments that the Bakers are basically guilty of. Commandment number 1 is always, no, sorry, that's not number 1. I believe commandment 5 is honor thy mother and thy father, and that hurts Becky in a sense. And I believe it's commandment 7, thou shalt not commit adultery. And of course, Luke kind of did something like that. But anyway, yeah, it's good to raise 10 commandments, but basically you can't, be harmful towards that. And a lot of people say that, they think they're above everybody else, which they're not. So why bother? So anyway, Becky was basically hated because of her Christian values and all that, and basically pushing for things. And then, Becky is forced to pray somewhere in the girls' bathroom and all that, not having a prayer room for herself. The fact of the matter is that that's wrong, Becky. But yeah, she was kind of talked about in the same era of Darcy and Claire. Darcy and Claire in the Christian family and all that. That basically Darcy's parents may have sent her to Kenya to get rid of her, in a sense. I know Darcy went to Kenya, but I mean, like, was that her own choice or was it the parents' choice? But anyway, yeah, about the Christian views and all that. Claire, compared to Becky, didn't really have a lot of Christian values mess up her life and all that, especially with her parents divorcing. She thought that basically God had forsaken her with their parents being divorced. And a lot of people said that Claire's mother wasn't really helping her daughter out with her problems. So let's forget that. So anyway, yeah, so Christian character is not really played up that well on Degrassi, to be honest with you. But anyway, Becky kind of turned around after, who was it? Oh, Jenna. Well, Jenna wanted to join the church and all that after losing her son to adoption. But basically, Jenna tells Becky that her POV is basically not that really that great and all that. And Becky starts to see the light in a sense. And Becky's less annoying and more of a decent person. And then came season 13. Then came Zoe being raped and all that. Becky was investigating something about Zoe. I think she was trying to prove Zoe wrong with stuff. But then she found a video on her brother's cell phone. And guess what? It incriminated her brother. She was shocked that her brother would do such a thing like that. And then, of course, she goes to the police with everything, and basically Luke and his friend gets arrested. The Bakers are upset. Majorly so. I mean, like, their son could not have done it because, you know, the family thing, and that Becky may have made it up to cover up something. But they soon kind of learn the truth of the matter, and then basically decide that Becky needs to defend her family's honor by basically telling the judge everything and basically making Luke look like the good guy and that Zoe could be the bad guy, or basically maybe the other guy may have done everything. Well, you can kind of guess that Becky has a thinking of conscience. And of course, you know, the courtroom, that's seen in the stock picture, she has a conscience. She doesn't know what to do. She runs off and hides in a school bus. She was slated to testify. And, you know, you could get in trouble for trying to avoid being tested, having testimony and all that. So Becky is told by her parents, you got to do the right thing and all that. So basically, Becky's parents and the lawyer basically persuade Becky to tell certain things and not to say other stuff. But then Luke tells Becky that, you know, you can defend our family honor. And besides, I covered for you when you lost our grandmother's ring down the sink. However, Becky tells Luke the next day she couldn't take the guilt and she told the whole truth and all that. And then basically Becky and Luke talk, and then Luke says, oh yeah, so it was easy and all that. Luke just told the truth, and Becky couldn't hurt herself. So basically Becky testifies, basically saying that the video was like a few minutes. She didn't know if Zoe consented or not because, you know, she was passed out and all that. She could have, but she didn't consent to it. And she then tells how Luke told her everything. And it's like, wow, the family is shocked that Becky went against them. And especially when Luke and his buddy get sentenced to 2 years in juvie. Becky basically is happy about it and tells her family, we can get through this. They tell her, no, we can't, and all that. And so basically, Becky basically is shocked. We don't know much about Becky in season 13 and 14. Well, after the rape trial. But she's told one day to go see Luke at the prison. And so she basically does. And basically, she's very upset with Luke. I know Luke's trying to repent and all that. But basically, he's not thinking about how it's affecting her because, you know, her family basically doesn't want to talk to her and all that. And what can you do? So basically, somebody posted a Reddit post a couple of days ago. Now, this is being recorded on August 23rd, 2020. So Throw It Out says, quote, I just finished Zoe's trial when Luke was found guilty. I hated how much pressure that Becky's family put on her to lie for him. And at the end, Becky said they hope the family can get through this together. And Becky's mom says, I don't think we will. How the hell are they putting Luke over Becky? This is terrible. Um, Basically, a few people, Livian said, quote, I felt this was an accurate commentary on Christian hypocrisy. I'd forgotten about the parents not backing her up and defending Luke to the point they completely alienate Becky. She has to see the footage and face what Luke did, reconcile it, and grapple with whether she can have perjury in a court of law. And they're mad he ends up in juvie and she couldn't break the law on his behalf. It was a fair assessment of the expectations Christians put on their own. Begs the question, what a Christian genuinely believed it was right by God to lie in court? And they make the actual oath to God not to lie. So basically, yeah, a lot of people put Bibles in. You got to raise your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. The other part they don't comment on is so he's Catholic, but the amount of Christians who believe the Catholic Church is doing the devil's work and saying anyway, blah blah blah. You know, Becky's parents disown her in a sense. Someone said, I think Becky was more Christian than her family. Her parents don't like Adam and it's a sin, but go ahead and touch a drug. Said, they don't like Adam, it's a sin. Go ahead and touch a drunk girl and lie. That's okay. And then someone else said, I thought from a parent's perspective, people love their child so much they're willing to see past their actions and still love them, even if the actions hurt someone deeply. I've seen so many parents stand by their kids, even if they're wrong. So that, basically, yeah. Someone said it was interesting to see how much Luke's actions actually hurt Becky and to see how deep her parents' hypocrisy ran. Becky's actions are more in line with everything I've learned about God. Do unto others, don't lie, love one another, etc. And her parents' actions are the opposite. And then a lot of people said that basically, you know, Becky was raised perfectly, but basically, yeah, there were a lot of people saying this stuff. But here's the facts. Here's how I put it. This is my opinion. So anyway, as we all know, Becky had a relationship with Adam and all that. And you know, Adam's transgendered, wants to be a guy, and Becky feels something for Adam. Unfortunately, that relationship gets hurt twice. A, by the fact that Adam dies in texting and driving when he couldn't decide between her and Marisol. And number two is, of course, Becky's parents. You know, I understand that they don't want Becky with a transgendered person and all that because, you know, transgendered people are nobodies in a sense. That's how they put it. This is not the religion, but this is how the parents put it. You know, I mean, the fact of the matter is that, you know, it's possible that her parents basically hated on Becky, not just because she didn't defend Luke, but also maybe because she was dating a transgendered person and that was wrong in their eyes. And basically, if word got out, they would have been ostracized in the fact. They had to save their own butts. Basically, it's all about the ego. The ego is a precious thing, but basically for the Bakers, it was just awful, too much. I did a post a long time ago, or I explained something a long time ago that basically, you know, I just don't get Becky's parents. They're so hypocritical. And I figured that they were basically mad at Becky for dating Adam, and they used that as the hatred towards her to hide the fact they're really hatred of her for not defending Luke. But you can also realize maybe the parents probably think Luke's the golden child, and it's all about favoritism. It's not just about religion. There is something called favoritism towards one kid, and the other kid feels like they're the black sheep. So basically, I mean, Darcy felt like Claire was the golden one because her parents loved Claire more because Claire was more the Christian mold than Darcy. Darcy got raped in season 7, and basically she had a lot of self-loathing, and she basically was upset or didn't want anyone to know about her problem, her being raped, because basically she felt she was going to be in deep shit. So she blamed Simpson, got him in trouble, basically learned that she's dirt. Many things equally saves her from a suicide attempt. But you gotta realize something. Is like, why would the Bakers put Becky in this situation? Now, here's the thing. There was a possibility that Becky might have just could have turned around and basically told the courts that her parents basically told her to lie about everything. So you got to realize that if the criminal system was meant to be perfect, that Becky could have, you know, put her mom in a deep situation by saying that her parents and lawyer tried to make her lie and all that. She could have forced Becky's mom to be in trouble, probably get some probation or something. But the court system doesn't allow for that. That's kind of stupid, don't you think? And a lot of people said, well, lawyers are supposed to do that. I don't know. But yeah, like Becky could have ruined her family further by basically getting her mom to get in trouble for perjury and all that. But Becky's a great person. And you gotta realize that Becky has changed her tone. Well, dating Drew, that's kind of stupid in a sense. Why would she be with Drew and all that? But anyway, Drew, of course, did that proposal to Becky in season 14, got himself in trouble. Basically, his mom basically told Drew, you got to help your friends out and all that. And so basically, Drew helps him out. Drew gets in trouble. He's not allowed to cross the stage with his diploma, but thousands of the others feel guilty for Drew's problems, and that Pill relents. And then, of course, Pill gets replaced. Although, to be fair, I think that we were supposed to believe that the 14th season was the last season for Degrassi and all that. But then they came back, and it's like, did Pill screw herself over? I think she did. I think she was doomed no matter what was going to happen. But that's a different story for a different time. So anyway, thanks for watching this video and have a good day.